I am KaRa. I come to be with you at this time, these special times that you are in, where indeed everything is changing rapidly. Truths are coming forward from many different directions and within many different sources. Light is coming in everywhere. Star seeds, the light workers, the light warriors, all of you are spreading this light, bringing the truth forward, bringing down the old paradigms of the third dimensional illusion. For as you know, as the vibrations continue to increase on the planet, the old vibrations of the third dimension must cease. That is what is happening now, causing great confusion. Causing much tumultuousness across the planet. As the end times continue to be revealed more and more, the end times of the old third dimension illusion, or as Archangel Michael said recently, the game is coming to an end. You certainly, all of you, are the catalysts for bringing the end to the old and for bringing on the new. And we, here in our ships, have been watching over you for quite some time now and preparing for those times that we indeed can be there with you in a physical nature. Those times approach more and more in what you call disclosure. For even those powers that be, soon to be the powers that were, even they know that those times are approaching. They will not be able to hold back our forces of light, our forces of love. These are those special times that you have all been working toward, all been preparing for your own personal ascension, yes, but also preparing for the collective ascension of man here on this planet. Whereas there have been many wars across the galaxy and beyond this galaxy, Star Wars that you have heard about, seen in your movies, all of that is real. It has been kept from this planet up until this point. But the gates of heaven are opening now. Gates of heaven on earth are opening. Not to battle, not to wars, but to the light streaming in from so many different sources, so that all of you will finally reach your destiny and be able to go about your missions as you were meant to. And I speak now of the final missions here on the earth. And as you know, After all of this comes to an end, and you begin the new beginning, you will have the choices to proceed as you will from there on. Whether it is to remain here in this beautiful new Garden of Eden here in this planet, or to find yourselves on your way back home to your long ago lost family. Whatever it might be that you choose, that will be up to you and no one else. For no one holds power over you unless you give them that power. For all of you know now that the power within you is greater than all of the power of the universe. Rather, it is equal to all of the power within the universe. For you hold that power, you hold that source power within you. It is being released more and more now. As you are coming closer and closer to remembering who you are, why you are here, what this is all about, and how you yourselves can continue to spread the light, spread the love to all areas of the planet, and bring this entire saga through to the end. I am KaRa, and I leave you now with peace and love. That soon, very soon, we will find ourselves together once again. Many of you will realize your connection with myself, and many of my brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters, of the many different civilizations that are here to assist at this time. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Greetings to everyone who serves here. Shoshana is here, and we are ready to continue with this program and to let you know right now that many things are certainly in flux. Many things are about to change quite drastically, as we can say here. And you are leading up to those changes as you come closer and closer to your next advance. And this advance, this advance that you are coming to, which is at times has been called retreats before. So for those that do not know, this is an advancement forward, where you come together as one, as a collective together, as a group, and you continue to move ahead within your preparation for your own personal ascension, as well as assisting the entire planet in their ascension. Not only those ones here on the planet as the collective consciousness of this planet, but the collective consciousness of this planet also includes the consciousness of Gaia herself. So know that it is all one connection, it is all one being together here as beings of light. So know that all is approaching a great crescendo that you are coming to, and you are going to experience many things leading up to that next advance when you come together, and everything is being prepared for that, for those of you that are here in person certainly, but also those that are here over your what you call your Zoom conference. And that is going to be quite special. All of it is going to be quite special. And as the James has given you, or that we gave him first, that it is all about manifestation and magic within that manifestation. So take that for what you will and contemplate on it, and you will understand more and more as we get closer to that time. We are ready for your questions if you have them. Shoshana is here and we are ready.
I have a question.
Yes.
This morning I watched a video from Blossom Goodchild, and she had a message from the group that she channels, the Federation of Light, and they said that very soon, of course, who knows when soon is, but very soon a sign will be seen in the sky. And I'm just wondering if you've heard the same thing and if you could expound on that at all possible.
Dear brother, the sign in the sky is in your predictions from long ago. Many of different sources have predicted a sign in the sky that all shall see across the planet. That is the harbinger of things to come after that. And it is a grand harbinger of what is to come. And it is, we cannot tell you what it is going to be, but just know that yes, it is coming and it is going to be seen by many, many across the planet. It is up to you, though, to discern what that sign may be here. Perhaps Shoshana can give more if she would.
We will share. May we share, dear brother?
Every time, yes.
We will say something very practical here, and that is that the planet has, the beings of the planet have learned to look down instead of up, you see. So we would suggest that if you wish to participate in the movement in consciousness that this sign will provide, keep your eyes on the sky. Namaste.
Yes, and we would add here, as we always say here, it is for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. But know that there are many, many more eyes to see in these times that are coming. Take that for what it will. Would there be other questions here?
I have a question.
Yes.
Further to our earlier conversation, I was wondering if you have a tip for making requests for assistance without feeling lack or need.
Please, yes, Shoshana.
We did not quite understand the question due to the technical issue there on speaker, or would you please repeat?
Sorry, this is okay, sorry. We were speaking earlier about how we should just ask for assistance when we need it, and what I wonder sometimes is it's hard to ask without feeling the need or lack. So I wondered if you have a tip for requesting assistance without feeling in a not so positive space.
We will share here. We will share. The idea of asking for assistance is the same as the law of giving and receiving, you see. It is all the same thing. So you see, you will cut off the flow of receiving without asking. So you must ask to receive. You cannot receive the gifts that are waiting for you without first asking, you see. So there are many reasons not to ask, and the reasons are wrapped up in the idea of this third dimensional programming that you all are fighting through, that you all are ensconced in. So you must first give up the programs or set them aside and realize that asking is appropriate. Asking is the way to receive. There is no receiving without asking, you see. It does not exist. So you must surrender to the idea of asking so that the gifts that are waiting for you to be bestowed upon you will be received. Does this make sense, dear sister?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Namaste, our dear sister.
And we would say here, what if you hadn't asked the penultimate question that all of you at one time did ask, why are we here? What if you hadn't asked that question? Would you be here now? Would you be here listening to us here? Would you be here being those that we are helping to prepare for your ascension? We think the answer would be no. You would be those of the ones still yet sleeping. So you must ask, and then, as Shoshana has said, you shall then receive. Would there be other questions here?
We would like to add further.
Yes.
We would like to add further. We would like to continue on this vein, if we may. There is a part of asking that must be accepted, and that is asking cannot be an attachment to the receiving of what you wish to ask for, you see. The universe is all loving and all giving and knows what you need more than you do. So you see, when you ask, you must allow for the proper receipt of that which you need, and it may look different than that which you asked for. Namaste.
Very good. Would there be other questions here?
Yes, please. I'm uncertain as to how to phrase this. Essentially, I'll just say it. So, in order to manage the ego, I've created an affirmation or a decree. And so I acknowledge the ego until it has no power here. And then I send it and command it to go to Archangel Michael, who will take you home to God. Now, I would like some clarification as to whether this is appropriate or not. Thank you.
What we would say here is your ego is you. So why would you ask you to leave? You see?
Okay.
It is a part of you. Now,
Yeah, that was the conundrum.
Here. Please, we continue. Your ego, when you speak of your ego, you are speaking of your lower ego, what might be considered lower ego, that part of you that is the expression that wishes to take control of everything in your life. That part is the part that is going to be receding. Not being gone forever, though. It will be lifted up, lifted up to in the connection with your higher God self. And when you come to your ascension process fully, that is when the two all will be united as one. Almost as if there is a marriage here of the one coming together, connecting with the other. And it is a marriage made in heaven, you might say here. So it is all a process of raising your lower sense of ego into the higher sense, and then that part of you taking full control, the power that we speak of here. But you are not sending your ego anywhere. It is you, it is a part of you, has always been, will always be a part with you. Shoshana, you have something you add here.
We will share on this. May we share, dear sister?
Please.
Dear sister, all that each being is controlled by that which the being believes is in control, you see. So there is the divine self, the higher self, and there is the earthbound self that has been subjected to all the things that are difficult in the third realm, such as the programs, the problems, the chaos, the issues that the third realm presents to you. Now, the ego lives in both. It lives in the chaos and it lives in divinity. The will of you, the divine will of you, which is the will of your God self, the will of the source, the divine will, can command this part of you to behave, to do that which is of service, to do that which is beautiful, to do that which is kind and compassionate. It can command this part of you, you see, but you are the commander. You are the one that commands it. It is not free of itself. It thinks it is. But you are always in command. Your divine self, if you wish to listen to it, is in command of this part of you to do good, to do the things that are helpful, you see. Now, you have been told somewhere that this part of you is evil, that this part of you is bad. Now, when you listen to that, you believe it. So you must understand that all parts of you are neutral and can be commanded by good and can be commanded by evil. It is your choice, you see. So you must stay in the higher realms, in the realms of divinity and the God self, to control all of it. Namaste.
Very good. Would there be any other further questions here before we release channel?
Yes. Hello, dear one. So, all right. I want you to understand where I'm coming from with this question. First of all, we have been given this sacred trust with these prosperity funds. And I want to do the right thing with them, whether I'm here or whether I've passed through the ascension veil. I want the right thing done with them as best I can. So what I'm trying to understand is when we go through the veil, do we disappear completely and our loved ones just go on without us, without any interaction with us? Or do we have an ability to come back and tell them, listen, take care of this. This is some business that I want to give you to take care of. Or how does it work?
What we can tell you is there is both here. When you go through a full ascension, when you have moved into the fifth dimension or higher and mostly remain there and are able to control that, then you will be able to be in both areas. You would be able to do as we do or can do when we wish, to lower ourselves, and you can do that too. Lower yourselves into a lower frequency. Just as from time to time those of the galactics show themselves to ones here on the planet by lowering their frequency. But as we have told you many times, in order for us to be there with you or the galactics to be there with you, you need to raise your frequency up closer to where we are rather than we lower our frequencies completely. So you will have the option, the control of this process. Once you have, as you say, passed through the veil, although it is not a veil, it is simply a higher vibrational frequency, then once you have passed through that, you will be able to then go freely back and forth as you wish here. That is what we can say. We know it is difficult for a third-dimensional expression consciousness to understand this, but more and more we think that you are ready to be able to appreciate where you are headed here. Shoshana, do you have something
We will
to add?
share here. We wish to share. We wish for clarification, dear sister. May we ask a question?
Yes.
Dear sister, we hear the concern, and it is a valid concern, and we wish to ask, we are not quite certain what you wish your role to be. Do you wish to control these things that will be received?
No. I wish to fulfill on my obligation to just have those dispersed correctly, both to my family and to the world as they're designed to be dispersed. And if I disappear, like if it takes me 2 years to, I don't know, get to the state where I could say that, then I wish to set it up so that it says, okay, here's where it is, you know, if I disappear, for instance, here's where it is, here's where to go. You can look at it, and then you guys can take the ball and run with it. But, you know, if I can easily, freely come back in another day or two, or what would occur to be a day or two to the people here on Earth, then that won't be so necessary.
Dear one, we will share on this. May we share?
Yes, please.
This is a difficult thing, you see, that you are asking about, because there is free will. There will always be free will. And those that receive gifts have the free will to dispense of them or to use them any way that they wish to, you see. You cannot command that. You can influence it, but you cannot command it, you see. So there must be an idea that all things work together for good. All things work together for the glory and good of the higher dimensional self, of the God self and the Godhead. That must be the idea behind all of this, that there is trust and there is faith, that all things work together for good, you see. The idea that prosperity funds will materialize is an idea that they will be used for prosperity. That is why they are called prosperity funds, because they will be used for that purpose. You must, as all must, give up the idea that you have control of this and that you can be attached to this and command this, you see. The divine will command it. And as we have given the idea, the word prosperity should give you a hint that all is well. Namaste.
Can I ask one more thing then? This is really on my mind, because I'm trying to get the understanding of it. Because in our world here, if you just disappear from existence, first, they won't do anything about it for 7 years. So theoretically speaking, that could be sitting there for 7 years and nobody touching it. And that's what I don't want. I want them to have access to it. So my question is, how long am I going to not be seen or able to interact with the people here, that I should be able to at least let them know something is there for them?
First of all, when you say disappear, that is not quite as it will be here. For you are not leaving, you are not going somewhere else where those that are here in terms of your family, friends, those types of things, where they will no longer have you here and will think you're a missing person or something of this nature. This is not the way it is meant to go here. It is about moving on different timelines, you see. So there's much more. As Shoshana said earlier, this is quite a complicated to come to understanding here of what this is all about, and you will not fully understand it until you do it, you see. Just as you do not fully understand the death process until one does it, you see. So it would be best here for you to not be concerned about this, because if you continue to be concerned about it, again, as Shoshana said, it is an attachment. And if you have this attachment, there is no full ascension here.
Or free will.
See?
But that right there gave me what I was looking for. Thank you, One of Stars, because I was trying to understand if I was, going to be like occurring to be a missing person for like all these years, and you just said that I wouldn't. And that really set it at rest a lot for me. So thank you so much.
Very good. It is not like that movie or those series of movies that came out where those went through the rapture within the movie. We cannot recall the name of the movie at this point, but it is not quite in that respect here, where all disappeared and everyone wondered where they went and clothes were left behind because they left their clothes as they disappeared. No, it is not like that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Will there be any other questions here? We do need to release channel here. We take one more if there is, otherwise we move on. Very good. Then
okay, I have one more. Is that possible?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I just wonder if you could tell me anything. I woke up the other night and it was like this face right beside my head, and it didn't feel scary or anything, but it was sort of annoying. And I just wondered if you could give me anything about that.
We did not understand what was by your head.
Sorry, it was a head, a face, like a man. Actually, it was like a white old man, and it didn't felt more curious than anything else. I just didn't know what it was or whom.
Rather than we answering this question for you, it is mostly more beneficial for you to ask within yourself. For it is nothing that is anything for you to be concerned about. It is simply a connection that is occurring here, a connection where they are trying to connect with you, attempting, better word here, attempting to connect with you. So we would ask that you go within yourself and ask that question. And if as they are ready to answer it for you, then it will either come similar manner or a different manner. But there are those that are attempting to connect with you as we find it. Shoshana, do you have anything?
We will share. We will share here. May we share?
Yes, please.
Dear sister, as in all journeys and all connections and all movements in consciousness, first there must be curiosity. First there must be an idea, a questioning. And that is what is occurring. You must pursue this. Namaste.
Namaste.
Very good. Then we are done. Do you have that email question? And then we will conclude this.
Yeah, the question asked was, are star seeds going to be in the first wave of ascension?
And rather than being able to say yes or no to this, we cannot directly say that, because there are those star seeds that have not yet awakened here. So it is difficult to say that all star seeds will be in that first wave of ascension, but we can tell you that most are in the process of being prepared and preparing themselves for that first wave of ascension to be a part of that. So that is how we can answer that. Shoshana, do you have anything to add?
We wish to share on this, and what we will share for all is that the first wave of ascension, which is a new ascension, because ascension has been done, this is a new ascension, the first wave is in progress. There are those right now that participate as light workers and are on this call. We will not name names, but are on this call that have participated, that have found themselves moving through this first wave, you see. And it is kind of like a wow factor, but they are not completely, they have not completed this, but they have so-called put their toe in the water, the proverbial toe in the water, and tasted the idea and the feeling and the vibration of ascension. They just must pursue this and ride the wave. Namaste.
Very good. Then we are done. Shoshana, do you have anything you part in message here?
We do not.
Very good. Then we just simply say, hang in there, people. Even though everything seems to be falling apart in many respects, it is falling apart in many respects. So know that. Know that all that you have known for lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes is coming to an end. And in order for that to happen, there is to be much confusion, much misunderstanding, much mistrust that is showing itself now, because the shadows are indeed coming into the light. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.